5 ways an Irish or a Brit can land a job in Australia or New Zealand in quantity surveying or estimating.
Yeah, I think need to listen close to this one, Irish, because I think
we're going through this process at the moment. It's quite funny.
Yeah,
and also very frustrating at the same time.
Hugely. So you'll get these messages from people who are Irish, right?
Right. I've got one at the minute, and he's talking me about the US, and he's doing my head in.
He's a melter.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You get these messages, and they know we're Irish, right? Stuff on LinkedIn, podcast goes up.
Well, Paudie, what's the crack?
Yeah. Fuck all. Are you okay? Yeah. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to these Irish boys here.
They're gonna get me a job.
It's like, well, mate, any jobs going? And you're like, are you serious, Dave? No. Any jobs going?
Yeah.
We're in Australia.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yes, there is.
Yeah, no.
But it's like, there's this expectancy because we're Irish, we're going to sort the boys out back home. You're like, you are mental, Dave.
So it's not like I want to help, right? If you're good, from a commercial perspective, if you're good, I can make money from you. Of course, I want to help you. Like, if obviously, I'll try and point you in the right direction if we've got some like common similarities. You know, if you're like. The time wasters out there, though, the ones that drive me nuts are the ones that go like, "How much money would I make if I was in Sydney?
What could I be earning?"
Yeah, no, but don't waste my time, mate. You're a time waster.
I don't write back to them anymore.
Because see, I will, but it can be like, don't contact me until you've got flights booked. Because what's the point? Like, it's kind of like they've got a fetish for it. It's like, they want to go down to the pub, right? And go, do you hear I could be earning 200 grand out in Brisbane?
But I'm not going to go, like.
I know, no, but you hear? Like, do you hear the money lollipop men are getting paid? It's like that shit, do you know what I mean? What annoys me most is that they want to know what they can make, right? Which, okay, understand. But if you're an Irish or UK or South African or wherever you're from, really, right? You have to only start engaging when you've made your mind up.
Yep.
That's number one, right? Don't engage with people until you've made your mind up. Second of all, probably don't engage anyone until you've actually looked into your visas.
I know.
Like it actually blows my mind that you still have these people who are like, I just want to get sponsored. Let me put this, anyone listening to this, right? I would say 85% of people will not get sponsored.
Not even talk about getting sponsored.
There will be literally no chance of you getting sponsored.
Yeah.
Right? So put it this way. You're only getting sponsored, in my opinion, if you're an MEP QS. That's probably
definitely a good chance.
You've got a far better chance, right? Because MEP QS are so hard to find, right?
Yeah.
If you're something like a really specialist, like track engineer, you might get sponsored, right?
Yeah.
If you are purely specialist in one or two areas, there's a possibility that you might get sponsored, right?
You might be able to talk about it.
If you're a project manager, a quantity surveyor, an estimator, an engineer, most likely not getting sponsored.
No.
I would say 85% of the time not getting sponsored.
At least.
Right? Because, like, you don't understand how long of a process it takes for people to actually get sponsored. Like, it's a long process. The best outcome this is telling everyone, right, honestly and truthfully, since I've moved to New Zealand in 2016, right, I've worked across New Zealand and Australia, and I think I've had one person sponsored ever, and this was this year. One person.
Yeah.
Right? So you're wasting time massively trying to get sponsored.
Yeah.
If you're under the age of 35, you need to come on a working holiday visa.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm with my partner. I want to get sponsored because she's worried about being
big risk for us. You know,
big risk leaving her job. Grow up.
Yeah.
Do you want to come to Australia or New Zealand or what?
Stay where you are.
Stay where you are. See if you're that worried. Stay where you are. Stay scratching in wherever you are in the UK, Ireland, wherever it happens to be. don't waste people's time. You're time wasting massively.
What really gets my back up is Irish, UK, wherever it may be, thinking that they're taking all the risk. I'm leaving my job to come work for you. I'm like,
Yeah, where are you working, mate?
yeah.
Yeah,
Why you want to leave? Well,
yeah, exactly.
stay we are.
You know, where are you working and why are you contacting me?
Yeah.
One, because you want a better life, most likely. So you want a better life, you got to take a risk. It drives me insane.
I know.
Like, it's like Irish built, like they always say Irish built New York and all that sort of stuff, right? You go to these countries, right, and there's Irish everywhere, right? It's actually off-putting how many Irish there is. It's fucking insane, right? But we only travel well because we take risks. See, if you're not willing to take a risk, don't bother talking to people.
Imagine all the people in Titanic going, I'm not going, I have no job.
I know. It's like it doesn't happen. It's like people back in the day, right? You went to the city to get a job.
Yeah.
You didn't go, oh, give me a job there and then come, I'll come. Can you imagine back in the day in New York or something like that? Yeah. You go, oh, there's loads of jobs going to New York, and I'm not taking anything until I get offered. Like, do you know what I mean? It's nonsense, and it's still
it's so annoying.
From a cultural perspective, the attitude is still the same. Is there a possibility because of the internet, because you can do Zoom meetings, but culturally the same. The thing is, get here, get a job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't waste people's time.
Yeah.
Going through the process of I want to get there's people there's one recruiter or two recruiters in Australia go we'll go and get talent and all we'll go to the UK and find and all that sort of stuff, right? Grand, right? Most 80% of the time it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know why? Because my missus got pregnant, or my mom's got cancer, or the dog died, or whatever the hell it is. Issues come up in life, and they don't end up coming.
Yeah. Well, why would an employer want to speak to someone who has done zero to try and get here?
Yeah.
Why would they want to speak to Dave, who is looking to see what he can earn? First of all, what have you done? What have you done to warrant me speaking to you, to warrant me making you an offer? You haven't booked your flights. You haven't looked into visas. Some people don't even know what city they want to go to.
I know. I want to go to Australia.
Anywhere.
Want to go to Australia. Whereabouts, man? Don't really mind. Right. So do you know, it's twice the size of Europe, this place. So probably actually have a think about it. Stop wasting my time with this crap question. It actually drives me insane. And you could probably tell from our tone here. I'm a bit riled up.
Yeah.
Because we get so much of this stuff. Yeah. It's right, talk about the nations here. Ireland, UK, South Africa, India, Sri Lanka.
Sometimes New Zealand
as well. Sri Lanka, New Zealand. Asians don't really bother with it. Sometimes maybe Singapore or something like that. I think they're actually a bit more we'll just give it a crack.
Same in the Middle East, they're a bit more or less.
Yeah, Middle East will get, because they, why? Because people who have come to the Middle East
have came from elsewhere too.
Exactly, because how many Qataris are there? About 5,000 of them or something. You know what I mean? How many Arab, Saudi Arabians? They're obviously big nations, 20 mil, 30 mil, or 60 mil, whatever the hell it is. But most of the time, it's the immigrants are coming from those countries to build in that location, so they know what the story is.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to actually come, do your research first. Figure out what visa you can apply for offshore. There are visas that you can apply for if you're an engineer or if you're a QS or whatever, which means that you can get PR. Right? Probably the best travelers are South Africans.
Yeah,
in my opinion, because they do the work first, and then they're because they're
realistic as well.
Yeah, they're quite an interesting nationality where they're I get it.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'll do what I need to do. I'll be up at 1 o'clock in the morning and talk to someone.
Easy.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. They're not difficult to work with, but in the same breath, they know what they want. But their number one goal.
But they do the work beforehand.
Yeah, their number one goal is to get here.
You know why?
To be here.
It's comfort. Comfort's the issue. Because in South Africa, it's a difficult climate.
Political unrest.
There's political unrest. Could be a scary place to live, right? They don't give a shit. They will get it done to be in a better place, right?
Yeah.
Get these boys in Ireland and UK and all. What can you earn? No, what about this? What about that?
Dinner.
Yeah, You see, if you're really that interested, put everything into it. make it happen. Stop wasting people's time.
Yeah.
I would say 70 to 80% of people of UK, Irish, whatever, they have come out here on a working holiday visa. They're like, oh yeah, I want more help from my missus and all this sort of stuff. Or no. First of all, you say that, no.
Yeah. Actually, I had quite a refreshing conversation on Tuesday morning on the off day. Just letting you know, I work when we're not working.
Here he is.
Anzac Day.
Here he is.
Anzac Day, fighting a good fight. But I had a really good hour conversation with an Irish guy who is coming to Australia. Now, naturally, I was going, okay, I'll speak to him anyway. But he's his flights booked.
Yeah.
He's his working holiday.
Yeah.
I'll be in Randwick in
Is he single?
No.
Legend.
Yeah. I'll be in Randwick in 6 weeks. Okay, and ran through everything with him. And naturally, I didn't really want to hear this, but it was also quite refreshing. Who have you spoke to? He goes, spoken to Bechtel, Arab. He's have touched him with people, connected people on LinkedIn. I'm like, legend.
Yeah.
I was like, I probably won't place him because he's done so much work himself, but it was good.
Because he was trying realistic. Because you know why? He wants to be there, so he's gonna be there. Like people who are like, oh, I really have a dream of doing this. So is your mind made up? Yes. So what have you done about it? Nothing. Then your mind isn't made up.
Yeah.
Because if there's a really good podcast, and there's a guy called Brian Buffini, right? He's an Irish immigrant. He was a son of a painter, right, in Dublin, and he moved to New York, I think it was, or LA or San Francisco or something like that. And he started working. I think he was going to be playing soccer or something. Got a pro contract, broke his leg, right? Ended up becoming a real estate agent, right? Set up the biggest real estate coaching company in the world. Right, the guy is an absolute legend, right? And he's an amazing talker. Like he can tell a story better than most people. He's got the Irish side, but he's got that the New Yorker sort of side. The charisma coming out of his ears, right? Amazing. But he's got a really good podcast, and the title is "The Power of a Made Up Mind." When you've made up your mind on something, you can fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Right. If you made up your mind to come to Australia, yes, then you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Because you won't give up until you unless it's completely, like if you're 60 and you actually can't, and you've got heart conditions or something. But if you want to get there, you'll get there because you'll make it work. But if you're just arsing around, you're a time waster. People don't want to hear from you. Only contact people when you've made up your mind.
Yeah.
And that is. And so when you've made up your mind, I expect to see that you've made up your mind because you've got a visa in place. You've got your flights booked. You know where you're living. You know what city you want to go to. You've maybe touched base with one or two people. Great.
Yeah.
But see if you're just sort of teasing.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah. And although we're speaking very strongly about this, we of course encourage it. We want people to speak to. We want to speak to these people that want to come out, but only if you actually are serious and want to come out. Otherwise, no.
So I've got 5 things, right? Just maybe sum it up. First of all, make up your mind, right? Second of all, research and understand the immigration process, right? That's like, don't do anything until you've done that, right? Number 3, then once you've got that in place, book flights, right? Or at least know when you're coming, right? 4, gain experience with ideally some big companies. So if you're working with TNT in London, you're far more likely to get a job in Australia.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's a big global brand.
Yeah.
You say Bechtel, you say Arab, ACOM, all of those, they're going to help you massively getting a job. If you're working for, Tim Buck 2 FM or something, the facilities management company in the middle of nowhere, harder sale.
Yeah.
A far, far harder sale, right? So the next thing is look at different memberships as well. So you see some of these guys in South Africa are members of the AIQS.
I know. How do they do that?
Because they go through the accreditation and they get all their qualifications accredited and approved. And so they've actually done the whole process.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's unreal.
I spoke with an architect in New Zealand yesterday who's already registered architect in Queensland. He's never been.
Yeah.
Legend.
Exactly. Throwing everything into it to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do. So I don't know if that was 4 or 5 points, but anyway, that rounds off that conversation today.
Yeah. Good. We hate Irish.